So yesterday I got a delivery, which I didn't really show off, because I was busy. For one, I actually had, to watch the Game Awards. That was the Kids' Choice Awards, apparently. And also before that, I had to play Dying Light, too, and such. So apparently I did actually forget to show it off, because it was depending on the timing, and such. So basically when it came around, I was kind of started to show it off, or whatever. So apparently, the one that came in the post yesterday was Lien the echidna. Now, in case anyone that doesn't know who Lien is, she's an echidna. She's related to Knuckles. She's Knuckles' daughter, but turned bad. The reason basically she turned bad is because she doesn't like the direction the way the family went. She had a big massive fallout with her sister, which is, Knuckles' other daughter. And I forget who that one is. I think it's called Lara something, because there's two Laras. So apparently her sister has a fallout with her. They basically, Leander turns her back on the whole family, goes a different direction, yada yada yada. In the 30 Years comic, she works with King Shadow. She does actually meet a demise. She ends up killed by Shadow, in the end. So, which actually has me think, what would have happened in a movie version or whatever, if she was in it or whatever, and she got killed or whatever by Shadow or something like that. Knuckles probably would be pissed, I think, because it's a family thing. Yeah. So apparently, she's got the shoes and everything, the belt or whatever, the hair, especially the metal part of her hair. So apparently I'm not too sure if she actually has a boyfriend. I can't remember. I do basically know that Knuckles had a wife, which, I forget her name because it's easy to forget between her sister's name and the mother's name. So, yeah. Yeah, so, that's Lien the echidna. Yeah. Well, apparently, how I got it, I had to get it off Ecstasy, because the reason for that is it's hard. You can't really get, certain things off the internet, like Amazon or eBay. You have to look on Ecstasy usually, because that's where they're custom made, and they actually look great, when you actually get them. Some might be a bit small, or too big. Doesn't really matter to me. As long as I get them, then I'm fine, because I actually know that, yeah. So apparently this plush came from Ukraine, which is in a war zone right now, with Russia, and that one got really, really lucky to arrive, because it actually somehow survived that. And the thing was, the building in Ukraine got broken or whatever, got bombed and everything, so they had to build another one, to order to ship this one out, which looks like they did, and they actually did say that it's on its way, which again, it actually did. And it actually managed to get over eventually, even if it took a long time, which I'm glad it actually arrived, because I was starting to think, in my mind, don't get cancelled, and apparently as the weeks went by, I had a feeling it wasn't going to be cancelled. I had this feeling, thinking, yeah, it's not going to happen. It's definitely going to arrive, because basically it's lucky. that it did. So, so sometimes when you order from like Ukraine, you have to like, like when first thing you have to look on Etsy is look for where it's from when you go to cart, and if it's from like Ukraine, then it's probably not going to show up because it's probably going to get cancelled, and then you have to like get your money back. So the thing is, if you actually want a lot from like Ukraine and you want to chance it, then go ahead. But if you don't, then yeah. So it's clearly up to anybody. Like if they don't want to wait constantly for like a war zone site. I mean, not everything in Ukraine is affected. Meaning not everywhere is affected as much, because some people are actually able to deliver no matter what, and some people are not because, because they've suffered too much or whatever, or the thing might have been destroyed or something like that, stuff like that. Yeah, so, I'm actually glad. So this one is very, very lucky. Yeah. I like the eyelashes on it as well, and the hair and such. It kind of looks nice. Apparently it's, so apparently I can't really twist the phone thing, like with the, you know what I mean? When you like switch it or whatever, you can't do that on the new iPhone. It's basically a thing. Yeah, so, yeah, so apparently I've been getting a lot of stuff from like Etsy. It's apparently it's my favorite site at the moment. My favorite shopping site for like Sonic merch and whatever. It's also where I got most of the ones that I couldn't get my hands on. Yeah, so yeah, Scooge was one of them. Sonic EXE was one of them. Who else? I think Tails EXE was one of them, but that's my sister's. And I also had to get, I think it was Movie Sonic, that was another one. I had to get a couple of Ecstasy, because that was the easiest way to get it. Yeah, so, there is a lot that I did order, especially, like, the Melodic, plush. I got it off there. Giratina, I got it off there. I mean, it is great to order off there because they have like a ton of plushes that you wouldn't get anywhere else. They're usually designed pretty well when you do get them by fans and such. Basically, since it's like an archie thing with Lien the echidna, I'm hoping that they do more archie stuff like plushes, like maybe like Knuckles' father, Jules' father, Jules' what was I saying? I mean Sonic's father, Jules. I think making Jules would be a good idea because that's Sonic's father. I mean, I do actually have a plush that I tried to make myself, because I couldn't get hold of ever like one like that. And there is Bernie as well. So Bernie is Sonic's mom. In the Archie universe. Which I still consider as canon, because it's connected, and I don't really count Queen Alina because she's queen, and Sonic wasn't really royalty. He was more of an outcast, so it works. So that's why I see it as that, because a lot of things happen with the family and such. So yeah, and you could probably also do Tails' family, like his mother and father, which would be a good idea. So that's another one they could do. I think they do Maria Robotnik, but it's rare. Very, very, very rare if you do see it. So, yeah, there's that. Now, if they actually did, like, a soap shoe Sonic plush, I would be down, excited, or whatever, if they did, but chances of that happening, again, is rare. Very, very rare. Now, apparently, so apparently it's a good site. If anyone hasn't tried it, you won't be disappointed, with the site. Because when you do get it, like, when you actually add the thing to cart, and such, you can check where it's from, and if it's from, like, a certain area that actually is a war zone right now, then, yeah, just don't bother. Just, like, put it out of the cart for the time being until the war things ended with, like, Ukraine and Russia. So the other areas that are not to do with, like, Ukraine or whatever, it's fine. I mean, I've got one from Ireland on its way, and it's Shadow's brother in arms, Eclipse. The reason I don't class it as his brother is because it's more of his, like, distant cousin, because, Black Doom is related to, Black Death. Black Death is actually Eclipse's father. So I consider, Shadow and Eclipse as cousins because, well, for one, Black Death actually created Eclipse, not Black Doom, so, even though it runs in the blood family, so that's the way it goes. Now, Eclipse might not look as great, compared to, like, the other plushes that I've got. I have actually seen him on the internet. I don't mind as long as he's, like, I've got him, meaning Eclipse actually is, like, probably no one thought about, like, making him better or something like that, like his comic counterpart, but I probably think they will, in the end. They will make him, probably, to make him look better, so I'd probably get that as well. Now, usually when I get, multiple plushes, I usually, give ones that are, like, less detailed to my sister or whatever, like an exact copy of what I've got or whatever. Now, I did design my own Scooge, so I had to give that to her, which I ended up with my other Scooge, and with Sonic EXE, I had to give her my other one, the one I tried to make myself, meaning I've got the better version, and such, so, yeah, that's a good thing with Ecstasy, because, you can, like, make stuff, you can sell stuff on there, for, like, lots of money, like, if you were selling custom stuff, which is a good thing, because you'd get some money out of it, and such, and people would actually go for it, because, most stuff on Ecstasy is expensive. It can be, expensive when you actually do go for stuff like that, so, if you basically want something like this, beware, it is from Ukraine at the moment, so, if you do physically feel like taking the risk, go ahead. It'd be worth it in the end, so it'd be very worth it if you were interested in it and you did want something like that, then go ahead. So, yeah.